What's good, YouTube? It's Playmaker Way with the playbook. And really quick, it's the middle of London session. I'm in some trades. I call out some signals in the free signal room. And for my students, yeah, I do have a free signal room, by the way. So the link will be the first link in the description. But really quick, while I'm waiting, during the London session, just thought I'd kill some time by just talking to y'all and just, spreading some free game, honestly. Because some of my students were struggling with this, but I'm helping them out as we go. I know I used to struggle with it, and I see my students struggling with it. So obviously, we're not the only handful of people all around the world that's having these issues with trading. You know what I mean? And that's emotions, handling your emotions. Now, handling your emotions won't just help you in trading, but it'll help you in life in general. If you always reacting in the moment, or you just react before, instead of think, calm down, assess the situation, figure out the options, because there's always multiple ways to react to things. 80% of life is how you react to what is given to you. You can only control yourself. You cannot control other people, and you cannot control outside forces. Only thing you can control is yourself and how you react to situations. And how you react to situations can make your life easier, or make those situations that you ran into, whether you wanted it to happen or not, whether it was bad or not, whether it was unlucky, whether, oh, this is that. It doesn't matter. You can't control that. Only thing you can control is yourself and how you react in the moment and after the fact. Now, how many times can you think in life and in trading where you regret, or you would have just been like, you think back on a moment and you're just like, man, I wish I would have reacted differently. I wish I would have did this instead. I wish I would have did that. A lot of times that happens because when you're in the moment, all those emotions are going and you're reacting off emotions instead of reacting with your brain. Now, you're using a part of your brain, but you're using your emotions. You're not using that logic, okay? You need to use your logic. You need to stay calm and understand what's going on. And the reason why you always sit back and think of better solutions after the fact is because you don't have all those emotions going in you, and you're not reacting off of those emotions. Now you actually have a clear leveled head, and now you can actually access the situation. 9 times out of 10 though, it's a little too late after that. Same thing with trading, okay? You have to have your emotions in check. If you're reacting and responding off emotions, you're not going to succeed in trading. Trading is not about emotions. Trading is calculating, trading is discipline, and trading is knowing what you're doing, okay? So if you don't know what you're doing, don't trade on a live account. That's simple. You don't have to trade on a live account. Anything you do on the demo, you can transfer over to a live account and do exactly that. There's nothing different with the demo account, except you won't lose money. You will just gain experience and get better over time. And then when you're on a live account, then all that trial and error that you experience, all those losses, those big losses and stuff that you experience, you learned, you understand everything now, and now you can apply what you learned and those lessons onto a live account, and now save more money than you learning and taking those L's on a live account. Because now you're learning, but now you're also losing a lot of money at the same time. So are you trying to make money, or are you trying to lose money? What are y'all trying to do here? Let me know. Because in Forex, I'm trying to make money, okay? I'm not in Forex to gamble or this and that, okay? Look at y'all's history right now, okay? And if it's a lot of red, is more red than blue, go on a demo account. If the red numbers are bigger than the blue numbers and you're not evening out, go on a demo account. If you hesitant, or if you're in a trade and you're second guessing yourself, or you're pulling out early all the time, or you're adding entries or doing this and that, or you're just hedging and stuff, go on a demo account. It's not worth it. I don't care what you see someone else doing. That's not your account. Your account is the one that you're being inconsistent with. Your money is the money you're throwing away for no reason right now. So until you got your ish together, you know what you're doing, go on a demo. You don't need to rush. Nobody got good at this. Nobody got good at anything worth getting good at overnight. That shit don't happen overnight. Now it's talking about the actual strategy, how to control your emotions. The main reasons why you're emotional, over emotional in trades these are the main reasons. There's multiple reasons, obviously, and every person they can add something else to the list, but these are just the main ones that most people deal with, okay? First one, you're not looking at a chart. You go on your MT4 and you're just looking at the money. All you see is you're in red, or you saw you were in blue and now you're in red, and now you're freaking out. Is that why you entered the trade? Did you enter the trade looking at MT4, looking at the money, or did you enter a trade looking at a chart and doing an analysis? Why did you enter the trade? Okay, because if you enter a trade, you should be only entering a trade you're confident in. But you should also know that no trade is going to go your way 100% of the time. I don't care how good your strategy is. Even my strategy is not 100%. It's 90, maybe 95%, but it's not 100% accurate. Okay, no strategy is 100% accurate. It's impossible. Why is it impossible? Because we can't control the market. We have no power in the market. All we do is ride the current. So that's why it's impossible for a strategy to be 100% accurate. Indicators too, I don't care what it is, it's not going to be 100% accurate. I don't care who told you. I don't care what win streak you're on. It's not 100% accurate. Okay, so that's the main reason. Okay, that you got to get that out your head. You have a TP, you have a SL. You're holding until it hits a TP, or you're holding until it hits SL. Number two, same thing about drawdown. Okay, you over leveraged your account and you don't like that number, you're in negative. You did a too big of a lot size because you saw a screenshot and you're trying to make what he made or what she made. Do you have their account size? Do you have their experience? No. Okay, so don't expect to try to make them out they're making when you don't have the experience, the account size, or their discipline. It's not going to work in your favor. It's going to backfire. Everybody should be putting in different lot sizes for their account and their personal trading goals. If you do not have a trading goal or a trading plan, you should not be trading, because now you're just entering the market with no plan at all. Another reason to have your emotions going all left and right, up and down, because you don't know what you're doing. You're literally just entering trades trying to make money because you saw a 3-second video on Instagram of a nice computer setup and a 3,000 profit, but you have no idea how many pips it was, what the lot size was, or any of that. You just saw a number you liked and you want to try to make that number. But if you don't have the right strategy and you put too big of a lot size, you're not even going to be able to handle the drawdown or the retracement before the move even happens. Okay? So the next thing I noticed, and also that I had to fix myself personally, so we got you just looking at the price on the MT4, or you over leveraged, okay? And also second guessing yourself. All that second guessing, you shouldn't be second guessing yourself in a trade. Before you enter a trade, you should have already found multiple confirmations telling you why you even enter the trade. If you just saw one thing, or you're just looking at an indicator, excuse me, or your strategy strictly relying on indicators, I'd be double guessing myself too, because you did no chart analysis. All you did was look at an indicator, follow the rule you saw in the tutorial, and bam, you just enter a trade. I'd be freaking out too, because you genuinely don't know what you're doing. So many people rely on indicators or this strategy, this strategy, that. But if you don't even know how to read a chart, it doesn't even matter how good your strategy is, because you're not going to know what you're doing. And that's the main issue. A lot of people are trading and don't know what they're doing. So that's how they make mistakes, pull out early, over leverage, blow accounts, and all the above, okay? It's because you don't know what you're doing, which is not a problem. You're not going to be born out the womb knowing how to, put a TP in and buy and sell in. That's not how the life works, okay? With anything worth learning, it's going to take time. And you actually have to put in that time to learn that, okay? Putting that time to put in an indicator is not learning anything. You're not going to learn anything. That's like still training wheels on a bike, okay? That's still something holding your hands. That's still not you relying on yourself, okay? Now, I'm not saying don't use indicators. But I'm saying that should not be strictly what your strategy is based on, or strictly what you rely on to enter and pull out the market, okay? The next thing is patience. Sometimes the move will happen quick, other times it won't happen quick. That's just how the market goes, okay? And realistically, we're making money within the day, on a day-to-day basis. Some people scalping and doing all these other stuff, but if you really think about it, these are live currencies and live markets. Price can't just shoot straight up or shoot straight down. It's gotta do things. There's a certain way price gotta do things, because the price just went straight up or straight down all the time. Again, these are currency pairs. These are values of of dollars, yens, euros, pounds. This is money, okay? We have to still have some type of balance, some type of level, some consistency when we're going through our lives purchasing things. You know what I mean? So market can't just go all over the place. It's got to be controlled and leveled and slowly do things. And also, when we think about stocks, even though we're talking about Forex right now, let's think about the stock market, okay? When people invest, people aren't holding for 30 minutes. When you buy a stock, you're not holding that stock for 30 minutes. You're holding that for weeks to months to years, okay? Same thing with currency pairs. You're not holding those for weeks, months, and years, but the way price is going to move is going to be on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Okay, it's not going to be on a hourly basis. Now we use these time frames to help see exactly what's going on in real time or during the time, like the past few days. It's not meant like what we're doing. Forex and like option trading is kind of like a little cheat code within the investing realm. Okay, that's why it's kind of gotten more notoriety now. But I remember when back in like 2017, 2018, when I first heard of day trading, I could not find. I heard of day trading, but Forex was not being talked about. I saw the candle charts, I saw everything, but Forex was not being spoken about, at least in my ears. And I did not see. I just saw day trading, stocks, all of that. It wasn't until the pandemic when all these groups came out scamming people and, painting these images of how you can, make this, double your account this and double your account. It wasn't until all that BS that Forex started becoming more popular mainstream, okay? It was like a skill that was hidden, and people had this crab in a bucket mentality. People still do in this realm, in this field, but it's just not as bad as it was before, but they want to keep it to themselves. But it's like, you act like teaching someone how to make money is going to stop you from making money too. That's not possible. I know it's not possible because not only do I make money on my signals, but so do my students and the members of the free signal room. So obviously, if I'm calling a trade out and I'm profiting and everyone else is profiting, hundreds of other people are profiting with me, that means that there's no reason to hide this information from people. Okay? Like literally, the learning curve itself is going to stop people from even seeing the other side of what's really possible with trading, because people are either going to give up, or they're going to get impatient, or they're going to compare their day one to someone's day 100 or day 1,000, and they're going to stop. Or another situation like the ones we're talking about, the emotion is going to mess them up and they're just going to give up because they lost too much money. But again, if you're on a demo account, you ain't going to lose any money. You're just going to learn. So why not hop on a demo? Like I hopped on a demo. I was on the live account at first too. You know what I mean? And because I had that FOMO. And you don't know what FOMO is? It's fear of missing out. So I used to always practice on it. Well, not always practice. I would practice on the demo, and I'll see the profit I made, and I'll be like, dang, I could have made that much in real life. Because on the demo, I'm also putting in lot size I'll actually be putting for like my live account and funded accounts. So the profit I was making was actually gonna be the profit I make now. Because I'm practicing lot sizes that I'm actually gonna be putting on my live accounts and my funded accounts. So after I figured my strategy out, I simply just transferred over the lot size onto a live account or onto a funded account, and the results are still the same, okay? So, but anyways, I used to be like, dang, I just made this X amount. I could have made that on my live account. That's it. I'm off the demo. Next trade, I'm putting on my live. And then what would happen on my live? Wouldn't go my way, and I'll lose money. So I'd make money on the demo and then lose money on my live. Make money on the demo, lose money on the live. And it wasn't because the strategy I didn't have the strategy down. That was part of it, but it was also just the fact that it was just me doing stupid things, getting overconfident, thinking, oh yeah, making the mistake that my strategy is going to work 100% of the time. That's not the case. Once you get cocky, guess what? You get cocky, all that confidence, brother, the Forex market will humble you quickly, okay? The Forex market will quickly humble you, okay? So, honestly, I teach my students, one, the main thing, the lot size. I teach them how to calculate their lot size, so there's no way that the drawdown, even if it hits stop loss, worst case scenario, or drawdown in general while we're waiting for the big move, there's no way that you'll over leverage your account, blow your account, and you'll be happy and okay with seeing that negative in the red, because you understand that you're investing money and that it's at risk. Once you enter a trade, it's at risk. Okay? That's investing. This is not guaranteed money. You should not be putting your life savings into Forex. You should not be putting your whole bank account into Forex. You should not be putting your lunch money into Forex. You should not be putting your gas money into Forex. This should be strictly separate from your savings, separate from your bills, separate from your food money. This should be strictly investment money. Money that money you're okay with if you don't see it again. That's what you should put into the Forex market. Okay? Don't try to scrape everything out. Don't break the piggy bank so you can have a big account size, so you can do big lot sizes when you don't know what you're doing. Because now you're going to say bye-bye to the hard work you just spent the last 2 weeks or week at your job, when you could have saved that, spent some money, paid some bills with that, but instead you charged it to the game. Okay? This video was a little bit long, but this video I know is going to help somebody out. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any type of tips you want me to post next. If y'all like these little, these face-to-face conversation type videos, I'll do some more. But I'm always going to do the trade breakdowns, of course. And if you want to tap into that free signal room, first link in the description, man. The playbook, man. It's the playbook for a reason. I'm gonna drop some results right here, but we really be going crazy, man. We really go crazy in there, okay? And again, I call out 3 to 5 signals in the free signal room Monday through Friday, London session, 3 a.m. EST. Let's get paid. Let's catch some pips.